has been converted into a new multi-purpose AstroTurf. Now moving to Rajendra, here we have the reception area and the office which all the parents come into. We recently renovated RDSO campus. Here, this new building has actually just been built. We've got new science labs across RDSO campus. So we have the physics lab, chemistry lab, principal's office here in RDSO campus. Now, in Station Road campus, we have a beautiful new library. It's the oldest campus of CMS, but with this very modern, sleek library facility that's come up. And Joplin Road campus, a house which was there has been renovated into a really nice school.
CMS is piloting new and dynamic international programs to enhance students' learning through healthy competitions and physical interactions. Several 100,000 students have passed out of school equipped with an international perspective and laden with values of world citizenship.
I like to lay in the grass and look up at the sky, watch the clouds above and search for a rainbow. I see a kite fly by and I say hi. Hello kite! Come on and spread your wings so we can take flight. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong as a tiger, and it's big as a giraffe. So high, and I jump like a kangaroo. Swim. I come up to you, I take your hand if that's okay. And I say, such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong as a tiger, and it's big as a giraffe. So high. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong as a tiger, and it's big as a giraffe. So high, and I jump like a kangaroo. Swim. I come up to you, I take your hand if that's okay. And I say, such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful day. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong as a tiger, and it's big as a giraffe. So high. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong as a tiger, and it's big as a giraffe. So high, and I jump jump like a kangaroo. Swim, swim, swim. I come up to you, I take your hand if that's okay. And I say, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong, strong, strong as a tiger, and it's big, big as a giraffe so high. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong, strong, strong as a tiger, and it's big, big as a giraffe so high, high. And I jump like a kangaroo. Swim, swim, swim. I come up to you, I take your hand if that's okay. And I say, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day, such a beautiful day. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong, strong, strong as a tiger, and it's big, big as a giraffe so high. Then I fly like a kite. I feel strong, strong, strong as a tiger, and it's big, big as a giraffe so high, high. And I
Morning to all friends in America and Canada. Dear CMS alumni, it's our proud privilege to welcome you all to the second CMS Alumni International US and Canada chapter meet, which we are hosting after a year. We're very happy to announce that more than 50 CMS alumni from America and Canada have registered for this event, and I can see most of them have already joined. And a few on the western coast will be joining us within half an hour from now. You'll be happy to know that we have the CMS management with us, respected Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir, respected Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, respected Professor Geeta Gandhi Kingdon, the President and MD of CMS here with us today. We also have the head of CMS Alumni Connect and Spoken English, Mrs. Vera Hajela ma'am, who's right next to me, and I would like to invite her to address the audience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sushil. Good morning to all our wonderful, our priceless alumni in the other part of the globe, in US and Canada. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you online on board for this alumni meet. The second time around, we had one such meet last year, but I would like to mention very especially this morning for you all and this evening for us in Lucknow, that the turnout in terms of numbers has been absolutely wonderful. We have over 50 registrations, and I can see that many of you have already joined us. And as my colleague mentioned a while ago, he said that the members from the Western Coast will be joining us in a while, and we are anxiously waiting for them as well. You see, we are the largest school in the world, and by virtue of being the largest school in the world, it's more than evident that the number of alumni that the school enjoys across the globe is bound to be the largest. The entire planet, I would say, is dotted with CMS alumni. And can you give a thumbs up to that one in the true spirit of Jai Jagat, everybody? Wonderful. It's so nice to see beaming, radiant faces with the right spirit of Jai Jagat. Lovely. Our founder manager, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, is here with us. He is our source of inspiration. I would also add to that perspiration and respiration in the right spirit of CMS. He is constantly there like a source of ceaseless support and motivation. And without wasting a single nanosecond, I would like to take this opportunity to invite our respected founder manager, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, to address this beautiful galaxy of alumni residing in the US and Canada, their morning, our evening. Over to you, sir.
Mr. Shishe Bhai, Meera Hazera Bibi and alumni of America and Canada. It's my proud privilege to welcome you all to CMS that you are you have been a student at CMS and graduated in America and Canada. So I congratulate you that you have done a wonderful job and you are all in eminent positions and you are doing wonderfully well. Remember the teachings of CMS that has been given to you during your study time in CMS. That Jai Jagat, that is the good of whole of humanity. We have to think that whole humanity belongs to one God. God is one who has created all. So, in the school is the lighthouse of society to provide meaningful education, spiritual direction, guidance, and leadership to students, their parents, and the society in general. So therefore, it is our responsibility to spread the light of God. That is, school is the lighthouse of society. That means it should spread the light of God, the teachings of God. God is one, religion is one, mankind is one. All the manifestations of God have come from one source. There is only one God. He is called by different names. You call him Allah, you call him Ishwar, you call him God, you call him Rab, or you call him Vaheguru, whatever name you give. In all the countries of the world have a different name. So I just want to suggest you that you everywhere you spread the word that God is one, religion is one, man is one. Religion is very simple. We should know the teachings of God and obey the teachings. Our school prayer now is that I bear witness, O my God, that thou hast created me to know thee and to worship thee. O God, you have created me for two things, to know thee and to worship thee. That means know your teachings, which you have sent through your divine educators, through your messengers of God, like Ram, Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Nanak, Bab, Baha'u'llah, Zoroaster, Moses, Abraham, Bhagwan Mahavir. So you have sent these teachings to your messengers. And these messages have come from one source, like Bhagavad Gita or Quran. All these books have come from one source, that is from one God. Because God is only one. So in the name of religion, people are fighting with each other. It is all ignorance. So we have to remove that ignorance because people are fighting just out of ignorance. Shias are fighting with Sunnis, Protestant with Catholics, and Nirankari with Akalis, and Hindu with Muslims. This is all because of ignorance. God is one, his religion is one. Religion means duty. What is our duty? To know the teachings of God and obey the teachings of God. That is all. And I testified at this moment to my powerlessness and to thy might, to my poverty and to thy wealth. What is the wealth of God? The wealth of God is whosoever has recognized me, God says, will arrive and serve me with such determination that the powers of the earth and heaven shall be unable to defeat his purpose. Anybody who recognizes me that he will become powerful. He will know anybody recognizing me will be powerful, and so, recognizing God means knowing the teachings of God and obeying the teachings of God. That is all recognizing God. So I just say that you are all past students at CMS, and I wish that you all spread the philosophy of CMS of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Jai Jagat. God is one, religion is one, man is one, mankind is one. So this is the philosophy which you have to spread along with your, vocation or profession. I congratulate each one of you for attending this alumni meet organized by Mr. Shishir Srivastava. I congratulate Shishir Srivastava and Veera Ajay for organizing this international gathering of students, past students of study who are living in Canada and America. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Shishir, if you're speaking, you're on mute.
Yeah. We're very honored that respected Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir addressed us all, and the couple, both respected Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir and respected Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, they are there, and we are very honored that our president and MD, Professor Geeta Gandhi Kingdon, respected Geeta ma'am, is also here with us, and they will be speaking to you. And while I thank respected Gandhi sir, we would now like to invite respected Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am to address the gathering, please. The mother of CMS, Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, please. She's always enthused. She's happy that her alumni are doing so well. Okay. Meanwhile, we can see her now.
I am very happy, overjoyed to meet my alumni. I think I need to talk to them. From where are you?
From the US and Canada.
Okay, from US. Do we have Lata's daughter there?
Today, I don't think
Malika.
Malika Saxena.
Malika Saxena. I'm sorry to call it a very,
Somebody you know personally, very recent.
Friend's daughter. But I love you the most. All of you I love very much. You have done so much, and also suffered so much to get the best education in one of the countries of your choice. When I was in the beginning of the school, when the school was all, run in loan, we used to every time run for loan for any, even for the salaries of teachers. Can you imagine? That time I used to say to myself that when my students will come in professions, then CMS will be out of loan. And for the last 12 years, I have been with no loans. And Geeta came to India 12 years back. Geeta is also a professor and the chairholder in the Department of Economics of Education and International Relations in the University College
University College London, UCL. UCL. And God has been very kind that she came to, India, although her husband and her family is in England, and still she is holding the chair there. So she is working two places, in London, in UK, as well as in India. So, but I am giving you this happy, my great satisfaction, because the school has been always in red. Since she has come, it has become, what is the opposite of red? Probably black, I think. Green, somebody is saying green. So, my dear alumni, my dear wonderful Sunil, I can see, and Rashmi Asthana, Tandon, and I will see more. Karan Kesarwani, Mahmood Tariq, and yes, good. Rohan Khanduja, very good. And Akshar Sethi, and Anurag Khare. And you are from where, Anurag?
He came to meet also.
You are in America?
No, ma'am. I'm America, yeah.
Ontario,
USA,
okay,
Boston.
okay, Boston. Yeah,
He's from Boston. He came to meet you also at head office few months back.
Yes. That's why my eyes caught you, na? Very senior alumnus. Yes. Who is a 1970 pass out from RDSO campus.
He's in Canada.
Oh, God, and Sunil, you are from where? RDSO, and he is in Calgary, Canada. Okay, my God. Say something, please. What are
And
you doing?
he came
How
for
are
the
you
60th
feeling?
alumni meet as well to CMS.
Okay, very good.
Yes, it was my good fortune to meet you also when I came there for the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. And before that also I came and met you, ma'am, if you can remember that.
I remember when Jubilee celebration, you came about 250, and then I remembered that in my CMS itself, Lucknow, there are so many alumni of CMS, even principals are there. So I was encouraged to announce, oh, please come on stage. All the alumni of CMS who are working there. So 800 came on the stage. Do you know? Sunil, do you remember that?
Yeah, very much, ma'am, very much.
You remember that, So that
And I
was
remember this also that in 1961 when the branch was started in Singarnagar,
yes.
You had come to our home to ask for admission of students, and me, my brother, and later on my sister also got admitted in the school. I continued till 8 in RDSO colony.
That you have been such a, what I say, my student, which is very much close to my heart, who is very much close to my heart, because
Same here, ma'am.
we were struggling to admit any child.
Same here, ma'am. CMS is very, very close to my heart, and so are you and Dr. Jagdish Gandhi. And whatever good human beings values which have been inculcated in me, it is all because of CMS.
Really? Now, what are you doing, and how is your family life?
Family life is good, ma'am. My son is here. I keep spending quite a lot of time here in Canada, and simultaneously I am working online for a charitable organization in India also. Sometimes I keep coming to India for the charitable organization.
Oh my God! It is so happy occasion, Shishir. You are to be congratulated for bringing such an occasion. Really, Veeraji, I am very happy. And what about Madam Manjuli Agarwal?
Jai Jagat ma'am. I am a career counselor at a Station Road branch and RDSO.
All right, all right. Isn't that great? And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
and this Rohan Khanduja. You are from Jai Jagat?
Hello. Hey. I'm from Gomti Nagar branch, passed out in 2004.
Okay.
I see some familiar faces like Udit sir is here. So, yeah, and Mahmood Tariq, we all were classmates. So,
Tariq was your classmate.
yes.
And what are you doing and which country are you from?
I'm based out of US. I live in the city of Seattle. I work for Amazon as a senior product lead.
Oh, Amazon. We are all, buying from your firm.
Yeah, that's how I get my paycheck. So,
It is a small world after all.
absolutely.
Thank you, thank you. I won't take much of your time. I can talk to you for 2 hours, but Shishir will not allow me.
I hope this is this is birthday.
Ma'am, we wish we had more time because you'd like to listen to you.
I'm so happy. I'm flabbergasted. Thank you very much. All the best. Come to India, and I will have a rabdi session with you.
I bet they don't get rabdi out there in the US and Canada. Not easily anyway.
Kulfi session.
Kulfi session.
That sounds like a good feast.
Good deal.
We get some frozen rabdi here.
Tunde kebabs. Tunde kebabs.
Have you heard about Baha'i faith in your countries?
What have you heard about? Sorry,
Baha'i
faith.
No, I don't think
No,
so.
okay.
No.
What is that?
Some will have and some will not have. We'll have opportunity to talk about it later.
Okay.
Thank you. It says the world is one country, mankind its citizens. World is one country and mankind its citizens. Jai Jagat.
Jai Jagat.
Jai Jagat. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for addressing all the alumni in US and Canada. I'm sure they all are enthused this early in the morning on a Saturday, on a weekend. They all have got up just to listen to you, sir, and Geeta ma'am, and to meet each other on this forum. And it just seems that distance is, it is not a matter of distance alone. It's a matter of connectivity with the heart. We all are one, connected with the spirit of Jai Jagat.
You use
and we thank and respect
connectivity
it.
of heart. Very good.
Yes, ma'am. So, as ma'am said, Baha'i faith, CMS, is a Baha'i-inspired school. The oneness of religion, oneness of humanity, oneness of God is being taught to all of us right from the inception, from the days we have started from last onwards. So, you all are directly or indirectly familiar with the faith. So, that's what she was talking to you about. And now I would like to invite respected Professor Geeta Gandhi Kingdon, the President and MD of CMS, who is equally in you all. Geeta ma'am.
Thank you very much, Shishir and Veera ma'am, for organizing this event. And hi, all of you out there in the US and in Canada. Really good to connect with you. I'm also a CMS alumna. I was in CMS Station Road campus at the age of 3. and that was in 1965. So you can work out my age. And then I went to CMS Hazratganj campus, and I was there for a much longer period of time. And so, I share this with all of you, that I'm a fellow CMS alumnus. And I thought I'll just do a bit of calculation for you and say that my parents established CMS in 1959, and Sunil just mentioned about being an alumnus from 1961, and that means just 2 years after the school was established at the Singarnagar campus. So you can work out that today in 2023, the school is 64 years old. And you can work out what the age of my mother and father would be. So they've just entered their 90th year. And so you've just heard the founder, director of your school, who is of that age. And in this time, the school has, traversed quite a journey, quite a distance. And I thought that, because although I'm a CMS alumna, I didn't stay in Lucknow like you did not. You've gone and, explored pastures elsewhere. So did I. And but in the year 2010, I came back to India. Although, I continue my connections with the UK, and I continue to be a tenured professor at UCL, albeit now part-time. But I've kept my connection, there. But a substantial proportion of my time I'm spending here in Lucknow at CMS. So since I've been here for the last 13 years, I can tell you, because I think that most of you are people who left CMS some time ago. I think there are some who left more lately and who would be familiar with the recent developments, but many of you are people who were at CMS, many years ago. So if you're to be of interest, I'll take 2 minutes to just bring you up to speed about what's been happening, because I think that it might be of interest to you. You might be interested to know, how your juniors are faring at the moment, what kind of opportunities they are provided with, what's the thinking of the school at the moment. So first of all, the continuity part. The thing that was the USP of CMS has always been the USP of CMS. Of course, its vision and mission, that remains the same. So Jai Jagat is still there, our greeting, and it's very embedded in the school's ethos and day-to-day life. It is palpable. And then other than that, what's also another USP of CMS, the academic focus. That has not gone away. It has remained academically extremely strong. And, you'd be happy to know that lots of national toppers every year from CMS. So it's got this formidable sort of academic reputation, and people want to bring their children here if they want to do them to do well academically. I guess the other thing that a lot of you will remember is a lot of international events from the 1990s and the 2000s and the 2010s. A lot of international events, on an average about 20 to 24 international events. So each campus doing one international event a year. And today we have 21 campuses at CMS. A little bit of statistics. We started off, as you know, with 5 students in 1959. Today we have about 61,500 students. So that's phenomenal sort of number of students. It's an insane number of students. And, commensurate with that, of course, we have about 5,000 staff. So for a single school, it's like a small city, really. And so you can imagine what sort of administration would look like, what the extent of logistics and all of those things would have had to be in order to cater to the needs, with all the safety and security procedures and checks and balances, and so on and so forth. So that's, I guess, out of those, about 3,000 are, well, about 2,500 teachers, and the remainder are, clerical staff and support staff. So that's some stats. And then I think it's fair to say that the way in which it has developed lately has been in the direction of kind of moving away from a focus on rote learning, which used to be the overwhelming focus of the school, because even today the exam boards are geared towards ensuring that students know facts, that they've rote learned a lot of facts, and that they have a lot of knowledge. So we've, particularly during COVID, literally in the last 3 years or so, we sort of sat back and we thought, well, this is not really serving our children very well, because in today's world, knowledge is not really the thing. What you need is skills. You need skills of collaboration, communication. You need critical thinking. You need, the ability to problem solve, and be able to apply your knowledge to real world problems, and so on and so forth, higher order thinking skills and so forth. So we decided that we're going to change our focus very substantially. Of course, that's easier said than done, because even our teachers and all of us have gone through a similar education system. So it's not easy to change long established patterns of doing things and thinking and behaving. But we are making a valiant effort. We're powerfully assisted in this effort through a lot of, we have very able support from a lot of people who are helping us professionally to train our teachers to do much more active learning, much more experiential learning, much more project-based learning, much more integrated learning, and a whole range of, other things that focus on changing assessments to being competency-based rather than being rote learning-based. So a lot of pedagogical changes happening in the last 2.5 years at CMS. We're calling it Vision 2025. So by the year 2025, we hope to have really changed the face of education. And we are rather, you'll be happy to know as CMS alumni that it's quite, we are being a bit intrepid. We are being a bit, how shall I say, we are in the avant-garde. We are not following the beaten track. There aren't other schools that are doing it. There are a few schools nationally that are turning their focus. The other development, just to mention very quickly, just 4 or 5 other things, we took affiliation with an international exam board, a school exam board called the Cambridge International Examinations Board, which is the school examinations board of the University of Cambridge in the UK. So there are about 10,000 schools internationally that are affiliated with this exam board. And CMS affiliated with this exam board about 7 years ago. And you'll be happy to know that they're doing really well. And I think I saw Mahi. Mahi was, I don't know if Mahi Agarwal, I think it said Mahi Pandey. So maybe Mahi, this is not the same Mahi, but one of our students, I mean, they're doing really well. So for example, this year, 3 students, one has gotten to Harvard with a full scholarship, because we became a SAT examination center in 2014. So those of you who already left CMS before 2014 might not know this, that CMS became a SAT examination center, the only one in the whole of Uttar Pradesh that's a SAT exam center. So students come here to take the SAT examination, which becomes the gateway for them to study abroad. As from 2014, students from Uttar Pradesh who previously had to go to Delhi to take the SAT exam, they don't anymore have to do that. Students from CMS, students from other schools of Lucknow, students from schools all throughout Uttar Pradesh, except if they happen to be close to Delhi, they're coming to the CMS SAT exam center in Lucknow. In fact, during COVID, because every single SAT examination center was closed, but we wrote to the district magistrate of Lucknow, we said, could we have the permission to do the SAT examination, because otherwise these students will lose their opportunity for a whole year, and they would waste a year. And the DM very kindly gave us the permission. As a result, it turns out, we didn't know that at the time, but subsequently we realized that we were the only SAT exam center that was open, and that students flew in from Mumbai, from Chandigarh and other places, Pune and, Patna and places like that, to take the SAT exam in our center that September 2020. So it was quite an extraordinary thing. So this period of literally about 9 years since we became a SAT examination center has meant that studying abroad became a feasible option for students in Lucknow. And obviously for students in, our first target was that students in CMS should have the opportunity we were not corralling students to to think of studying abroad, but we were saying that we want you to know that you have the option, that you have the option. The whole world's your oyster. Should you want to, you have that option as well. Many of you might want to make that your option B. Your option A might be, IIT or NEET or, the medical field or the CLAT exam to go into law and so on and so forth. But to the extent that any of you want to know that what opportunities exist for you outside of India, well, through the SAT exam, you can showcase your talent and your abilities, and you can get offers from universities in other places in the world. So that's how it started. But today, the situation is that more than 100 students get offers to study abroad at good universities throughout the world. And this year, we've had something I can't remember. I don't know if Shashank is here, but I think we've had about 100 offers for really good universities. Some, maybe about 12 or 13 students with 100% scholarships, and a lot of them to the Ivy Leagues. So one, Ananya Chaudhary from Aliganj campus has got a 100% scholarship offer at Harvard, and I think this week she's leaving, or may have just left, I think yesterday or today, to go to Boston. And then we've got Mahi Agarwal, who's gone to Brown, another Ivy League. We've got that girl from Gomti Nagar 1 campus, who's gone to Yale, again with a 100% scholarship. We've got Narayan from Aliganj 1 campus, the head boy of Aliganj 1 campus until last March. He's got the Lester
B. Pearson, ma'am. Lester B. Pearson.
Yes, Lester B. Pearson scholarship of Canada. He's going to the University of Toronto, and that's a 100% scholarship. Not only, all of these scholarships, not only are they paying for your full tuition, they're also paying for your living expenses. They're also paying for your international airfare, once a year. And they're paying for things like a clothes allowance, a books allowance. It really is extremely comprehensive. So a lot of students, a lot of your juniors are going to the best universities around the world and doing really well. We've got students who are at MIT, at Caltech. We've got students at Columbia. We've got a load of students at Cornell. Because at Cornell, the Tata Trust scholarship is tenable at Cornell University. So I think barring 1 year, for the last about 8 years, we've got every single year, we've had an admission with the Tata Trust scholarship at Cornell, to study various subjects every single year. So that's been a very, very amazing thing. But also in other countries as well, CMS students are going to other countries as well, often with scholarships. So that's been a good development, because it means that students are aware of the opportunities for them, and they're also availing those opportunities whenever they feel that suits them best. So that's another really wonderful thing. And we've got the Junior Youth Empowerment Program, which empowers young people, our students, to do more than just have good minds and really have a strong academic preparation. Over and beyond that, they have the opportunity for student leadership within the school, to enhance student voice through the student council process, and to have service opportunities and embeddedness in the school community, within the school community, having service opportunities, and then in the hinterland around the school, to develop community and partnerships with other groups. So this is a bit more of an outreach program and a program for student leadership and for service opportunities for students. We have a lot of other things. The International Award for Young People. Our students are also taking part in the International Benchmark Test. This year, for the first time, the International PISA test has become available to schools. Until now, it was only available to countries. Like, in other words, through partnership with a country, the PISA, which is the OECD's international test, that could be done through 2 countries, like the governments of the countries would arrange, and they would decide which state or which region of their country would take part. This year, for the very first time, OECD has agreed that the PISA test can be taken by schools in India. So they've allowed for up to 200 schools, and CMS is always in the vanguard of these endeavors, particularly things with an outward orientation, so that our students can pitch their talents against and come to know what where they are in the international ability distribution. So this is at the grade 9 level. So we've signed up, every single campus of CMS has signed up to take part in the international PISA test. So yeah, we continue to have our international focus, and we've focused a lot on infrastructure development in the past many years, we focused a lot on, choosing appropriate technologies for education. So use of, every single classroom on CMS from about 2012 has been has got an interactive whiteboard, and more lately, in the last 3-4 years, there've been interactive flat panels. So they have a lot of interactivity and a lot of functionality that can enhance the students' learning experience, so that learning is not so dull and boring and more theoretical. They can actually see the physical counterpart, an actual counterpart of the theoretical concept that is being taught. So that's been another thing. So yeah, infrastructure development and embedding of, using appropriate educational technologies. Like, we've tried tablet-based learning, we've tried adaptive learning for using AI. Now we've just had training of our teachers in ChatGPT as to how teachers can take advantage of ChatGPT for formulating questions, for assessing, and so on and so forth. So there's been a very strong focus on teachers' professional development in CMS in the last many years. So that's another really strong point, that teachers feel that they are professionally going places. A lot of teachers are taking the CENTA examination, which is the Teachers Professional Olympiad, and doing exceptionally well. The national topper of the CENTA test, which is a Teachers Professional Olympiad, it is an extremely difficult examination, because not only does it test subject matter knowledge of the teacher, but it also tests her pedagogical, strength of her pedagogical approach. So it is an extremely difficult test, and that is why all the top schools of India and abroad their teachers are taking the test, because it's a very credible assessment for teachers, professional, testing their professionalism. So in that, you'd be so happy to know, and we were absolutely thrilled that the CMS teacher was the overall national topper. I mean, internationally as well, many teachers are taking it. So that can tell you a little bit about how, what we're doing. So anyway, I could talk more, but I think that for now, this will do for some, giving you some little idea of the directions in which our school is moving. So thank you for making me a part of this, and thank you for the opportunity to share this with you.
So much, Geeta ma'am, for providing all the possible information, the kind of growth the school has seen, the kind of evolution it has seen in the field of pedagogy, technology, the school per se, in terms of providing opportunities for students to branch out globally, to do big things, to pursue their higher studies at the undergrad level in prestigious universities in the US, in Canada, in the UK, and the works. Thank you so very much, Geeta ma'am. That was highly informative for all our alumni this morning from the US and Canada. One of you has been anxiously waiting because you have some urgent need to address, and I'd like to take this opportunity. In fact, I'd like to grab this opportunity to have you on board and share your thoughts on this platform. Rashmi Asthana Tandon, who's joined us from Toronto, Canada. She's an alumna from Station Road 2000 batch, and she's working with the Ladderworks Publishing House. So over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you so much, Jai Jagat. It's a great privilege to be a part of this alumni meet this year. And as ma'am just said, I joined 11th and 12th grade in Station Road branch. I joined from Loreto Convent. And I recall that was the first ever decision that I took for myself, which was not in alignment with my parents' choice, because 1998 was the year when Loreto was switching to ISC board from UP board, with new teachers, new setup, curriculum and everything. And I thought it was too big a risk for my career. And the only option that I could think of, and the only best option available in the city, was CMS and no other school. And what I can say is today, when I look behind, that I never regretted my decision. CMS literally embraced me under its umbrella. I was nominated as the proctor for the branch, and innumerable opportunities that crossed my way to develop myself not only in academics, but also beyond academics, was not uniquely designed for me. But that's what the culture of the institution is, no matter who you are. And you just need to work hard, come out of your comfort zone and prove your mettle. And therefore, I think what I can very, very confidently say today is that CMS prepares us for life and not just merely for living. And this I can say with my hand on my heart after living in various countries, various cities in India, and then in Singapore, Thailand, UK, and now in Canada. CMS students just stand out for their grit, perseverance, and passions to excel in whatever they do. And as Jagdish Gandhi sir just said that Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam Jai Jagat, that's a motto which was instilled in us. And I think I was no exception, that the geographical boundaries were dissolved in the minds much before you started talking about studying abroad. And I think that's a big delusion which is taken away as a human being, that there are no boundaries. It's all about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. And I think it's not just the academic part of it or what we do in our career space, but also of who we become. And I can share that as a parent, we always choose the best for our child. And I can confess that one of the first prayers that I taught my son when he was 3 years old, it was, He mere Ishwar, He Parmeshwar, mere hriday ko nirmal kar, meri atma mein apni khushiyon ka sanchar kar. And this is the prayer we did in our assembly in Station Road branch every single day. And whenever I sing it at night, today also, it gives me goosebumps, because that prayer actually grounds you in humility and surrender to the Almighty. And I'm so glad that the vision of this institution is based on Baha'i faith, or on the faith which instills the godliness which is present everywhere. And Dr. Gandhi just addressed that. So thank you so much. And I would express my deepest gratitude to Mr. and Mrs. Gandhi for establishing such an institution that shapes thousands of us every year into very, very conscious human beings. I think I really don't have many words beyond this, but just to express my gratitude and thank you. And it's lovely to see so many brothers and sisters in this part of the world. Thank you for organizing this meet. Really, really appreciate. Jai Jagat.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. There was so much heart in what you said. You said it all with your heart, and one could see that. It was more than evident. And the fact that you taught your child the prayer that you had learned in your school while you were at the Station Road campus, that was such a touching incident to sort of share with everybody present here on this platform. Thank you so much. You know, friends, I need to tell you that we have an alumni portal now on which you can register. And we already have more than 10,000 students who have already, alumni who have already registered and are on board. The more, the merrier. We would want the numbers to explode on our portal. And you'd be very, very happy to know, as Geeta ma'am mentioned, that now we have 21 campuses, of which 13 are the senior campuses. We call them senior campuses because we have the board classes up and running in those campuses. One is an ICSE campus up to grade 10, which is the Indira Nagar campus. And apart from Indira Nagar, we have 12 other campuses which are until grade 12. So in each of those campuses, we have a portfolio from among the student council members by way of an alumni coordinator, who is meant to coordinate the information of the alumni among the students, their immediate seniors and their immediate juniors, to be able to establish that link at every campus level. We also have the alumni newsletters, which we roll out on a quarterly basis. And our alumni coordinators help us in providing with all the information and updates from each of their respective campuses to be able to do the needful. And every campus has a mascot, keeping in mind the spirit of the campus, for which, it's meant to, or rather it's meant to enable the alumni to relate to that particular spirit, the mascot of that particular campus, and sort of enjoy that spirit in terms of, meets such as this one, which is of course a conglomerate from all the campuses, and otherwise where we have the face-to-face meets as and when we are able to, every year in each of the campuses, at a time when it works out conducive for our students, for our alumni to get together, essentially during the Diwali break and the winter break. Not always is it possible for everybody to be on board. I mean, that is something which is over-ambitious or even beyond. but as many as can have been showing up regularly at these face-to-face meets as well. And you can't imagine how that feels. I mean, everybody's euphoric, everybody is emotional, tears rolling down their cheeks, getting all sentimenty, and so on. And it's such a beautiful experience. I can't begin to tell you. So I'm hoping that each one of you is going to make that possible for yourselves and for all of us to enjoy and be in it together. So, yes, moving on. Over to you, Shishir, for further proceedings.
Thank you, ma'am. And we were glad to hear Ms. Rashmi Tandon remembering, Hey Mere Ishwar. That shows the spirit of CMS is still alive wherever you are across the world. And having said that, I would now like to welcome all of you again. We have a short video which showcases not just your photograph, your name designation, but also the place where you are, be it in Canada, be it in US. And my dear colleague Saksham has prepared that, and we are going to showcase that to you now. Yeah, so it's a short introductory film about you.
We can't hear you. You're not audible.
Work, and she is right now. Mr. Gaurav Shukla, who's joined us from San Francisco early in the morning from California. He's a medical physicist at the University of California in San Francisco. And Gaurav has been a very dear student of Vera ma'am, and he was the one who was very instrumental last year to kind of initiate this alumni meet. He said that why don't we have a US chapter meet? So he gave us the idea. Thank you, Gaurav. We have Mr. Tushar Rai from Aliganj again. He is a student and an intern in Philadelphia at URBN. From Aliganj 1, we have Ms. Shreya Dikshit, student and undergraduate research associate. And she is from the Northern Arizona University. And I'll continue with this list. She's from Flagstaff, a 2021 alumna pass out from CMS Aliganj 1. Now we are ready with the film. You'll see yourself in the film. Agam Jain, Mr. Rohan Khanduja, Gupta, Mr. Ayush Bhatnagar, Mr. Kumar Tiwari, Ms. Mahi Pandey, Ms. Shreya Dikshit, Mr. Shoaib, Mr. Abhinav Krishna, Mr. Sid Saraswati, Mr. Mahmood Tariq, Mr. Moksh Singh, driving on a forest, he is unable to join, but maybe he joins. Mr. Neeraj Dwivedi, New Jersey, Mr. Vangi Avasti from Michigan, Mr. Mr. Rishi Shukla from Chicago, Priyambakam Shrivastava from New York, Shreyasi Chauhan from Canada, Ms. Neha Dheer from Ontario, Canada, Mr. Karan Keswani from Toronto, Prakhar Verma from Minneapolis, US. That's it for now. And maybe I would like to request Vera ma'am to go ahead with the list to welcome all those who are here. Right from Mr. Saurabh Shah.
Thank you, Shishir. Mr. Mohammed Tariq is here from Vancouver, pass out of Gomti Nagar 1, 2004 batch. Very warm welcome to you. Mr. Saurabh Shah, Manager Deloitte Consulting, Roseville, California, pass out from Gomti Nagar 1, 2006 batch. Welcome to you. Mr. Karan Keswani, Assistant Vice President, CITI, Toronto, Kanpur Road, pass out 2007. Mr. Akshar Sethi, Student Auditor General of Ontario, Toronto, pass out from Kanpur Road campus, 2019. Very warm welcome to you. Mr. Virendra Singh, Vice President, MasterCard. He is based out of Chesterfield, Missouri, USA. Pass out from Mahanagar, 1990 batch. Very warm welcome to you. Mr. Manu Mehrotra, Senior Client Partner, Wipro Limited, based out of Chicago. Pass out from Mahanagar campus, 1992. Welcome to you. Ms. Shivangi Avasthi, student, Wayne State University, Michigan. Pass out from Mahanagar campus, 2015. Ms. Neha Dheer, guest experience leader, McDonald's, based out of Ontario, Canada. Pass out from Mahanagar, 2020. Welcome to you. Mr. Abhinav Krishna, who is based out of Seattle and is a pass out of the Red Building, as it was called in those days, 304 Rajendra Nagar Building. Welcome to you, Abhinav. Mr. Moksh Singh, Product Manager, Cinecor, St. Louis, is based out of St. Louis. Pass out from Rajajipuram campus, 2008 batch. Welcome to you. Mahi Pandey, as was mentioned by Geeta ma'am, she is a student at Oregon State University. Pass out from Rajajipuram campus 1, 2020 batch. Mr. Sunil Kumar Khanna, who we had already introduced, our senior most alumnus today on this forum. He is CFO, SGRD, University of Health Science, based out of Calgary, Canada. A very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Pass out 1970 batch, RDSO campus. He was in grade 8 then. Yes. Mr. Anurag Khare, Senior Business Analyst, Assistant Vice President, State Street Bank and Trust, based out of Boston, USA. Pass out from Station Road, 1999 batch. Welcome to you, Anurag. Ms. Rashmi Tandon, who you just heard, Director, Ladderworks Publishing, based out of Toronto, Canada. Pass out from Station Road, year 2000. Mr. Neeraj Dwivedi, Solution Architect, Pivot Tree, based out of New Jersey. Passed out of Station Road, 2005. Welcome to you, Neeraj. Mr. Karamveer Soni, Supply Chain Manager, PricewaterhouseCoopers, based out of Toronto. Pass out from Station Road, 2009 batch. A very, very warm welcome to each one of you. We are so, so happy to have you on board.
Mr. Sachin.
Mr. Sachin has also joined us, and we don't really know what he's doing, and he's based out of where? Sachin, are you there? Can you tell us something about yourself, please?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Nice to see Sunil, sir. I just texted that seeing a super senior from 1960 pass out. I'm working out of Dallas, US, ma'am. and great to be connected with all of us over here. I work as a vice president for a technology company, and I'm one of those not so studious people, but CMS made me street smart. So worked my way up, and really thankful for everything that I've received at CMS. I'm from RDSO, later on moved on to LDA because of the conversion of the branch. So that's who and where from I am.
I don't know if there's, this is really nice to hear from you, Sachin. Since RDSO campus has been highlighted just at the moment, we've got at least 2 alumni from RDSO. Just wanted to say that there is another person who is in, well, he's at Microsoft, so, you know, technology, but in fact, he does a lot, he's research partner at Microsoft. That's CMS RDSO alumnus, Sumit Gulwani. I don't know whether you know of him.
It sounds, the name sounds very familiar, but then I'll have to reach out.
Yeah, so he's very, very senior in Microsoft in Seattle. There's somebody else who's also from Seattle working in Amazon, but you know, anyway, you're in the same city, so I just thought I'd mention that.
Mr. Rohan Khanduja is here.
Yeah, Rohan said that he's from he's working at Seattle. You said so. You've got, there are many CMS alumni in Seattle, but one of them is Sumit Gulwani from RDSO campus. I think he's from sort of mid 1990s. You know, like he left there. He recently won the German government's Humboldt Prize. It's a very prestigious international prize for his innovations.
Nice to hear that, ma'am. I'll probably try to connect through LinkedIn or other apps. We have other groups actually on WhatsApp. Like that's how Mr. Shishir has been able to connect all of us as well. So thanks to Mr. Shishir for connecting all of us.
Well, and thanks, and I mean that gives me the opportunity to say that look, it's good if you, any of you is connected with any other alumni who have not been brought to the attention of Shishir or Veera ma'am. I'd be really grateful if you could just you know, pass on their contact details so that we can bring them into the net as well and connect you more with each other. And you know, you can always get the coordinates of Sumit Gulwani from Shishir or Veera ma'am.
You'll be happy to know that even Geeta ma'am is in the group. Also in the US chapter group, just as Vera ma'am and myself. So it is very encouraging to see you all joining, and we are very happy that 2 more alumni have just joined. One is Mr. Sid Saraswati. He is the Vice President Engineering at JOKR, based out of Boston, US. And from Boston, we have many alumni, including Anurag Khare, whom you can see live. He's walking in the morning on a Saturday in the garden, it seems. Last time he was here, he showed us the house which he has recently purchased, and it's a beautiful house based on the outskirts of Boston. And he was saying how he has created the pavement for the same. When you are there alone, you have to work so much just to construct and build a house. Mr. Ayush Bhatnagar is the second person who has just joined, software engineer at Google, and he is also based in Seattle. So welcome, Mr. Ayush, and he's a 2007 pass out from Rajendra Nagar Campus 1. We are very happy and we are very proud that this time, like we had 24 alumni joining us in the last alumni meet, but I believe this time there are more than that, and you have woken up early in the morning to be with us. Thank you so much. We will now go for breakout sessions. We would love to listen to all of you. But since we are more connected to the campuses we belong to, and we have alumni coordinators and career counseling coordinators, and of course some of you teachers joining from those campuses. So I've just shared the program on the WhatsApp group. So the first room is for Aliganj 1 and 2. Room 2 will be for Gomti Nagar 1 and 2. And for room 3, we'll have CMS Kanpur Road and Mahanagar alumni joining. And room 4, the rest of you, that is Station Road, Rajendra Nagar Campus 1, Rajendra Nagar 304 or Rajendra Nagar 3 for that matter, Rajajipuram, RDSO, and any other CMS campus that you originally belong to. So we would love to hear from you, and as we part ways, and we'll be joining back after 30 minutes, I would just like to know if any one of you has just to say hello to the management or something like that. Very quickly, just about 30 seconds, please. You can unmute yourself and say. Thank you.
I just want to say hi. This is Sid from Boston. I was in Kanpur Road, Lucknow branch, 2000. I did not think I'll be able to connect back to people in CMS, so this is very exciting. Thank you for organizing this.
That's lovely. And I just wanted to say that,
I said,
Ananya Chaudhary, Aliganj campus student who just completed grade 12, she'll be coming to Boston, or maybe she flew today or yesterday. And so it'd be really nice if Shishir was able to connect her with you, because she's just starting her journey there at Harvard. Yeah, this month. Sorry, next month. Yeah.
Amazing.
And of course, there are other people who have been at CMS. For example, my own niece was at Harvard. She was doing her master's there. She's just finished a year ago, and then she worked at Boston for a whole year. And she's only just on the 1st of August left after being in the US for I think 5 or 6 years. But then we also have in Boston somebody else who's worked in CMS for several years. As our global citizenship education coordinator, somebody called Mariam Muthamadi. She's a US citizen. So we have quite an imprint out there, because we have people at MIT. Lakshya Sharma from CMS, I think Gomti Nagar, one student, he's at MIT. So he's also at Boston. So yeah, there's quite a few. So if you can start something locally, so
might as well, man.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that perhaps you should have your little weekend get-togethers locally. All of you can sort of get together and have some fun, chit-chat over coffee, and connect, and then help us know how it went. Yeah.
sure.
Just to let you know that in Gulf Country Meet, we had about 7 alumni meeting together in Dubai in a restaurant. And one of the senior alumni from CMS, he conducted kind of Mr. Farhan. He was the one, Mr. Faraz. He was the one who was instrumental in getting together all of those junior alumni. So similarly, if you would like to stay connected, you can meet in a cafe in your city, because you all are together in a group now. Just let them know which city you are in, and perhaps you can form a subgroup and meet together. So that's all for now, and we would now like to kind of open the breakout rooms, and those who are assisting the CMS management, especially respected Dr. Gandhi sir and Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, you can also take them to one of the breakout rooms, maybe Rajendra Nagar 1 or Kanpur Road or whatever you feel comfortable, and you can shift from one breakout room to another. That also is possible. So we'll now initiate it, and you will see those 4 breakout rooms coming up on your computer screen in the Zoom link. Yes, they are now on. So if you go down and you see there is an option of breakout rooms, if you click that, you will see 4 rooms coming up. Room 1, Aliganj 1 and 2, room 2, Gomti Nagar 1 and 2. So you can just join, and then we will rejoin after, let's say, 30 minutes once the breakout rooms close. Yes.
Great. See you in the breakout rooms. Bye. And then come back again. Nishant, have you just joined? Hi, Nishant. Nishant? Nishant Dinger? You have to join one of the breakout groups. So if you go out to depending on which campus you're in, you were from, you have to join one of the breakout rooms. If you were in, I think it's Aliganj 1 or 2, you are in room 1. If you're in Gomti Nagar 1 or 2, you're in room 2. I think it's Mahanagar and Kanpur Road were room 3, breakout room 3. And the rest, if you're from any of the other campuses of CMS, that's room 4, breakout room 4. So if you look at the bottom horizontal panel, you can see the tab for breakout rooms. If you go in that, you can choose which of the breakout rooms you need to go to. I don't know if you can hear me, Nishant. Hi, Nishant.
Hello.
Hi, just to say, Nishant, that people are in the breakout groups.
Oh,
So if you go to the bottom panel,
okay.
there's about 42 people here, but they're in their breakout groups. I'm so sorry. Let me show myself to you. So yeah.
Okay.
So hi, I'm Geeta.
Hi.
People have gone to the breakout groups. I think it's Aliganj 1 and Aliganj 2 campus are in room 1, breakout room
Okay.
1. Then Noor,
I
this is also for you because you seem to have joined a little later than others. So,
yeah.
Which campus are you from?
Rajajipuram, campus 2.
Okay, so I think you'll go to room 4. You're going to go to room 4.
Okay.
So if you just go to the bottom tab, if you just sort of, can you see at the bottom, there's all those tabs for chat and share screen and record and breakout rooms. So if you click on the breakout rooms tab, you'll see room numbers and just choose 4, room 4. Noor, which campus were you in? Noor?
Yeah, I was from Aliganj branch.
Aliganj, so you need to go to room 1. So if you go to the
Okay.
breakout rooms tab at the bottom,
Okay.
just room
Thank
1.
you.
Okay, no worries. We'll see you back because everybody will come back later on in about 20 minutes time. Back to this plenary. It's gone. Good. Hi, Shivangi. वो तो चली नहीं कोई और तो बता नहीं ब्रेकआउट Hi, Shivangi. Which campus were you in?
Hello, ma'am. I'm from Mahanagar campus. Actually, I was there in the breakout room. I was trying to leave the breakout room, but somehow I just left the meeting.
Oh, I see. Okay, so now you can go back in again, room 3.
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. Okay,
Thank you.
Kanpur and Mahanagar, people seem to have got only one is left there. I think it's showing 1 and 0 होगा. Hi, Ashish. Ashish, which campus were you from?
Year 1990 when I completed my 10th standard. So Mahanagar, I mean, I have very fond, lovely memories of the school. Mrs. Goval used to be our principal. I remember my assembly sessions. One thing that is still in with me is
those all religion prayers that used to be part of every function that CMS used to do, be it in KD Singh Babu Stadium or Ravindralaya. I mean, those used to be the venue at that point in time for every CMS function, and Jai Jagat. I mean, now, I joined Diamond Jubilee Celebration. I saw some great campus and the facilities that CMS has built for their own. Earlier, it used to be the third party places where we were going. But even at that point in time, I remember during the summer break, Mr. Gandhi used to come to our campus, and he used to tell us, hey, what are you guys doing sitting in your home in Lucknow heat? He used to book the auditorium fully air conditioned, and used to say, hey, students, come over there, sit in the relaxed atmosphere, food will be provided, and learn. So very, very lovely memories of those days, actually, from Lucknow and from Sri Montessori School.
Mr. Virender Singh, you are based in Missouri, I believe, right?
I am based out, yeah, I'm in Midwest, what we call it, yeah, Missouri.
Chesterfield.
About Chesterfield, yeah, about 4
Yes.
hours from Chicago, yeah.
Right. So there's one of our alumnus, his name is Mr. Moksh Singh. He's also based.
I saw that, yeah, I saw
yeah.
that, yeah, he's in St. Louis.
So
Yeah,
I have
very, very,
shared
yeah.
your number, if you kindly permit.
Sure.
I'm not sharing your number with him, and perhaps his number with you. And I believe he's quite interested in connecting with you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, even I am. Yeah, most that'll be good actually. And anybody around the Midwest up to Chicago and nearby areas, right? I mean, it'll be lovely to connect. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So likewise, I mean, good that you showed interest. You jumped from one Mahanagar breakout room to this room to see. And I believe Mr. Nishant Bingar is also here. Hello,
Yes.
Nishant.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself and tell us where you are from, like which part.
Okay, so my name is Nishant. I graduated from CMS Rajajipuram in 2010. I think 1 year later than Abhinav and with Abhishek. I did my MBA in Canada. Now I live in Vancouver, Canada.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's it. I have my own business.
Right. Yes. So as of now, what are you doing, please?
I have a logistic.
You're muted right now. Can you unmute? Nishant, can you unmute yourself, please? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, please say that again. We could not hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was getting a call. My bad. So basically, I have a small logistic business on Vancouver Island. It's a small island near Vancouver, Canada.
Okay.
We are based there. We operate there, and we've been doing it from last 2 years now. So.
Wow. So you are an entrepreneur?
Trying to be one.
So when did you graduate? What was the year of your graduation?
From CMS?
No, from like you studied abroad or?
Yeah, so I did my BBA in law from Pune. I graduated in 2016. Then I came here in 2017 and graduated in 2019.
Okay. Yeah. And post that you started your business after COVID?
Yeah,
maybe.
Post COVID, I would say. Not during COVID or before that.
Good. So how do you find doing establishing your own business there?
Recording in progress.
See, I think it has its own perks and cons.
Right.
Like at the job, I would find that I only have to take stress from 9 to 5. After that, I'm home. Unless I'm messing it up, that's a different story. But with business, it's more like 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. in the night, and no excuses for that. You can't take a day off. You can't be like, okay, today I'm sick.
Yeah.
So I think both have their perks and cons. Depends on person what they want to do and what they want to take on.
Okay, good. We have Mr. Karan Keswani. Hello, Karan. How are you?
Good to see you. Good to see
Same
everyone.
here.
I was
yes, please.
I was walking around rooms too. Yeah.
Right. So, please tell us about yourself, Karan.
So I completed my class 12th from CMS in 2007. Then after that, I did my engineering from Delhi. then moved to Bombay, worked for Tata for 3 years, and in 2015 I came to Canada. I worked for Royal Bank of Canada for 5 years, and now I'm working for Citibank as assistant vice president for almost 2 years now. And on the side, I do some acting as well. So did a couple of shows with Jason Momoa, the Aquaman, and also did a movie with Abhay Deol as the assistant director. So one for the kitchen, one for the soul. Yeah, so far it's going well.
Great.
Can somebody help me?
I hope you all don't feel lonely. Karan, do you feel lonely? I mean, you miss the Indian food or something like that? Or you miss the Indian food?
I mean, in Canada, I don't feel I'm away from India much, honestly. With so many Indian faces around, I live in Toronto. So yeah, but obviously you miss your own friends and family because you have so much history around what you can share, and you have so many common things to share around. And I don't find many people from Lucknow. So people not from Lucknow don't have great food standards, I feel. No offense, but, like people. So we're like, okay.
I would totally agree with Karan on this one, man.
Yeah.
We are from Lucknow, so we have a different
You haven't had
palate.
veg biryani ever. You haven't had veg biryani and kebabs. So yeah, that is something. The food I miss out, and also my friends and family.
You can go to Nishant at times to Vancouver. He will offer you good food.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure.
going to Vancouver in September for like 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm going for a hike there. Yeah,
It depends upon Nishant whether he wants to invite.
yeah.
Come, please. Anyone, please come.
I think you should meet, because in Australia we have people going from Gold Coast to let's say Sydney to meet each other. So it's happening. I'm just telling you a fact check about the spirit of CMS alumni, irrespective of whether you knew each other before or not, or which batch you belong to. We are one family. We are Jai Jagat family.
100%.
Yes.
And thanks to you for like organizing this, like orchestrating and coordination.
Always a
is like
pleasure.
the most difficult. Orchestration is like the most difficult job. Like the world is doing certifications to do that, and like you're doing it like just like any other job. So that's really cool.
Excellent. Thank you. Abhishek.
Abhishek is there. And before that, I just want to say hello to Nishant. How are you, Nishant?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm just fine. After
Because I do remember like seeing you in CMS Aliganj, but I just like didn't have a class with you. So
Yeah. You look familiar to me too. Yes. You look familiar.
I was probably running around.
that were there.
Oh, yes.
No, I've really fond memories of CMS Aliganj. Like I feel it has just like definitely the biggest impact in my life, and especially.
You'd be happy to know that we had our closing ceremony for Celesta this afternoon.
Yeah.
And it still beckons me no matter what. I was there at the closing ceremony. You know what fun Celesta used to be, don't you? All of you.
Yes, I've taken part multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Willingly and unwillingly both. So,
Oh, must you say that, Tushar?
You know what? But even if it was at that time unwillingly, don't you have fond memories of it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I think again, that's one of the best things about things like this exposure you have. As Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir was saying that about like the Baha'i faith and different religions. I think like that's what I was getting at. That I'm now working in Philadelphia, but I'm still like kind of like following and working with the Baha'i faith, like doing children's classes and like working with the youth. So, and now like, how the way CMS looks at the world is very like, I don't know, freeing and loving. And I feel like those values are kind of like inculcated in me, and wherever I go, like I think about it. So it's like kind of a backbone for me. Like
I think it would be good to have a separate Canada chapter.
Lovely.
And from there we can
Nice.
separate out. Like,
And Ayush, I know you're not from Aliganj.
But you've been hopping from one breakout room to the other, which is wonderful, I think. Tell us something more about yourself.
I'll add you also the group.
Yeah,
I think that also needs to group in one city wise, like Washington, Seattle. And Raj is there. Likewise, we have Mahi also coming back soon.
We
Finishes, I think, in Nairobi. Sorry, Namibia. Mr. Manu Singh, where are you based?
Those were pretty inspiring, specifically when I was like in high school at that point. And I was at that point I was not a very good student when I started CMS, but teachers and the principal ma'am and everyone inspired me a lot, so that helped a lot. And currently I'm based out of Seattle, so I'm working as a staff engineer at Google. So I've been here since 2015.
Actually, the Great Lakes region is quite a flourishing area. So, I mean, you're in the northern part of the Great Lakes.
Gaurav, in fact, led this movement, where he did a whole lot of philanthropic work even as a student at Aliganj. And we are very proud of him. Very enterprising, a great human being. Even as a kid, I mean, Gaurav was very promising in whatever he did.
Good description.
And had the grit to do it, So that's how he led everybody from his campus. Gaurav, remember?
It was whatever good or bad I was, you all made me. So thank you for that.
We can connect you with all the other
I feel
like to be connected as well. Want to kind of bug you with
just so much gratitude to like all the teachers and all the experiences there that empowered us to do whatever we could and did, and you were always encouraging, even if it was seemingly taking time away from the conventional studies. You encouraged me to apply and try out things. So that I think hopefully that's like something you continue to inspire students and some of the new teachers also. There's always been a challenge, I think, at CMS, like balancing like being a topper and high scorer with
interacting like this. You can also
I don't know if anybody else can hear Gaurav. I can't hear Gaurav at all because there's so much sound from.
I know. I'm sorry about that, Geeta ma'am. Next time we'll work out better. I think the spacing has to be done mindfully.
Can you not move maybe a few meters away?
I think it's not possible with all the wires, connections, and so on. So,
Ma'am, I think you can mute yourself. Try muting yourself.
Yeah, when others are speaking, you can just mute yourself.
Yes. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Dumb as I am.
No. Sorry, Gaurav. Now, if you say, we'll all be able to hear it.
Yeah, I was just expressing my gratitude that whatever we were able to do even back then was what we were was thanks to all of our teachers and the resources and encouragement. And one thing I particularly appreciated about Vera ma'am was that she also was very encouraging of activities outside of school and doing what we needed to do to explore our own potentials beyond just textbook stuff, and that I think that those experiences really formed me and led me to where I am. So that's always a challenge in those early days, balancing the time you spend on just rote memorization and doing what you need to get good scores on tests, but then also finding the time to really expand your horizons and try out other activities and figure out what else you could be doing. So she helped me find that balance in a lot of ways.
Nice to know this.
It was so much fun with these kids in the class, ma'am. I can't begin to tell you. These kids had so much, potential, so much to offer in a classroom scenario. It was a lot beyond the lessons of English alone. It was beyond, I don't know, I don't have words to express adequately. It's great to be with them, really, and connect with them after they've made it big for themselves in life. Feel so proud of them, feel a lot of, gratitude and a sense of privilege of having been their teacher at some point.
In the CMS,
Way to go, children. We're so proud. God bless.
the photo that I've shared in the group, you did not get it, so I'll just share it with you.
And actually,
Yeah, did you have
I
anything
still realize that.
to add? Sorry, Gaurav, you're saying something.
Yeah, I was just saying the group of people that and all
Ma'am, if
those
you could
fond
mute.
memories from the
Ma'am, if we
classroom.
could mute. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Gaurav, you were saying?
I was just saying all those fond memories of being in the classroom and the friendships we formed. I still feel great to even when I'm in the US, I constantly get to interact with some of them. So just last week or week before, I was in Houston for a conference, and one of my friends from Gomti Nagar branch, actually, that I had not seen in over 10 years. She happened to be in the city the same day, and she saw my post on some social media. We met up. In a few weeks, Devo is coming to California, and you probably remember him, Viramam, Devo Brato. So I'm looking forward to meeting him. It's those all those relations. Even now that we are on the other side of the world, it's just great to be able to meet with each other and stay connected.
Yeah, just to add on to Gaurav's point, I think some of the friendship we found when we were back in school are still going very strong. So, okay. So one of our friends, Mini Priya, she is also in Seattle. Unfortunately, she couldn't join for this meeting, but we regularly meet like every once in a while, and that friendship was formed way back in India when we went CMS, and it continues to grow till we are here. So that's pretty inspiring as well.
That's lovely. And this Aliganj branch was only established, I think, about 20 years ago. It's not one of the really old branches dating from the early 1960s.
1994, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, 1994, Aliganj.
Gita ma'am, mine was the first batch who did their 12th in 2000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because in 1994, it would have started with something like grade 6. And then each year, one extra class was added.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone to the main group. Nice to see you all back and hope you had good interactions. I saw Vera ma'am and Gita ma'am interacting with CMS alumni from Aliganj. And I'm very enthused to see Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am, even it's late night over here, she is still there. So I hope it was a good time. I can see Mr. Mahmood Tariq. How are you, Mr. Tariq?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Good. Thank you. So how was it? Did you find it like, was it a good interaction in your group?
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah. I had I met Udit sir after a long time, and it's been a pleasure chatting with him after a long time. And I mean, even Rohan was there, like my school friend, and a few other new people. So yeah, it's good to always connect and get back in touch with your roots.
I could see Gaurav very enthusiastically participating in the Aliganj group, and also Rohan was there. How are you, Gaurav?
Good. Yeah, always wonderful to see you and teachers and some old faces, and then meet new alumni that we didn't get the opportunity to cross paths while you were in school. So thank you again for organizing this.
Thank you. I'm glad. I mean, we all owe kind of a big thanks to you, Gaurav, for bringing this idea. And I'm sure, Karan has brought a wonderful idea saying that we must all connect through LinkedIn professional group in a way that, all the CMS alumni placed internationally should be in a one LinkedIn group. So I think it's a terrific idea, and Karan will be working on it. There's also a CMS alum portal, which Vera ma'am has very kindly led. It's
You're on mute. We can't hear you.
Okay. I can hear you now. Yeah. So I was talking about this CMS alum portal led by respected Mrs. Vera Ajela ma'am. In that portal, you will see more than 24,000 active users have registered, and there are more than 10,000 active users in the last 3 months, and it's growing. And it's growing because of your support, because you all keep bringing your seniors, juniors, and your own batchmates. And I'm sure the LinkedIn professional group will also be a great asset. Uh, I can see Tushar here, Tushar Rai, and also Mr. Rohan Khanduja. Now, Rohan was very instrumental last time in suggesting that we should have such a facility. So it is based out of your suggestions that we kind of improvise ourselves. And though all ideas are not possible to be implemented, but yes, those which are practically implementable, we will definitely welcome them. So please do keep suggesting your great ideas, how you connect.
Yeah, I was talking in the breakout session. Thanks for the follow up that this was implemented. I think from the last meetup we had. I think I was talking about LinkedIn's because a lot of people that are professional may not use different platforms. They probably would want to go back into a more centric. You can't have a zillion apps on your phone, right? So alumni groups really help you to know what's happening at an overall level, but for most people that are either tenured professionals would stick back to LinkedIn. And already a lot of people actually, I found a lot of friends through LinkedIn because everybody has tagged CMS. So it's very easy to see, click CMS and you end up seeing everybody out there. But also I was referencing that, at the end of I manage the business at Amazon. So the way I think about it, and this is deflecting, not trying to deflect topics, but if you're looking, the school runs if it makes money, and if it makes money, you need students, right? So a lot of things that people on a day-to-day level, and I don't know what that engagement is, but every normal user does open Instagram, but I don't see anything with CMS on an Instagram. I mean, it's not hard to convert one story or one post a day just to keep yourselves and people remember where you are as a presence. Your alumni a lot of alumni are in that stages of life where they have kids or their relatives have kids, and you may not be securing that as an opportunity to make business. And I say that because I manage business at Amazon. So the way I look at it is spend one money, only then you make 100, right? So if you don't spend the first buck, you're not going to make the 100. So probably some expense should be done over that side. Maybe, I don't know if that's an expansion on marketing or something, but that's how you will connect the entire dot. Because if you start putting in a social media presence, people, I know 30 to 40 people are not in this meetup that are in the US, including people in my city. They don't know you because they are either not connected on WhatsApp or on LinkedIn, but they can know you if you have a social media presence. They will come to you rather than you having to go back to them. Just a suggestion,
No, terrific idea. We will keep promoting ourselves on social media as well. Our own CMS Alum portal has a very strong social media base coming up.
Yeah.
Yes. And
we are aligned with Facebook on LinkedIn, on Twitter, not on Insta, however. And we also plan to have an exclusive alumni sort of channel on YouTube, where we'll sort of go ahead with podcasts and other sort of updates on YouTube, which will be exclusively accessible for our alumni and all the activities related to them. Is that a good idea?
100%.
Sounds like one. You still need to validate the idea, right?
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And we certainly would like to consider Rohan's suggestion. Certainly.
So I think anyone would like to say something in general? Akshar, we have not heard you. Akshar Sethi. Hello.
Yes, sir.
And
First of
also
all, thank you
Tushar,
so much.
we'd love to hear from you as well.
Thank you so much for organizing all of this. It has been a pleasure. I graduated in 2019 from Kanpur Road, France, so it's fairly new compared to others. So it's fun. Yeah, overall, I'm doing pretty good. I'm working as an IT auditor at government, auditing government corporations. Yeah, I met Karan, who is also in Toronto, I guess. Yeah, he is. Yeah. So yeah, I'll connect to him personally. Overall, it has been a great pleasure. Thank you so much for this. Oh, we can't hear you.
Are you in the group with us?
On the WhatsApp group, yeah, I am. I can't hear you. I think you're on mute.
I think
you're on mute.
Yes. Tushar, can you elaborate on yourself, please?
Yeah, hello everyone. It was really nice connecting with you guys. I graduated in 2017 from CMS ALUMNI branch, and I'm working as a product designer / researcher for URBN here in Philly. So yeah, I would reach out to you guys personally, and it was just like great seeing you and Geeta Gandhi ma'am, Jagdish Gandhi sir. Just like really good like listening to them. So yeah, thank you for that.
I think Rohan wants to say something. Yeah, Rohan.
Yeah, just wanted to thank. I think last couple of meets I've come in. Once I was in Europe, I attended that, and then there was something last year too. I think this is good going, in my opinion. I think it's just growing. The engagement has started turning in. People have started knowing. Especially, I feel whatever Ms. Gandhi educated us today about whatever is going on at a SAT level. I think back in the day, these opportunities were not there, right? Less internet, and we were not that progressed. It invokes my mind to a time when I moved to US, which was 2013. That's almost 10 years ago. The biggest challenge at that point, I think, what I faced and even people around me that faced was when I'm hearing there are so many people that are just graduating school and heading to US, the connectivity of knowing somebody out there and knowing the unknowns is the biggest challenge. I feel like that could be catered. I don't know how, but I'm just raising a problem that may not be surfaced. But as a student, I face that problem, and I know so many people face that problem. It's about heading to an unknown area or an unknown land. So maybe right now you don't see that conversion ratio that high, just because students at that level are not familiar with what life is beyond India in general. And I feel a lot of us are expats here, and I'm sure every expat would not be willing to share some time of their life. If that helps any student to make a decision, that's a career related decision. So maybe utilize our time is what I would offer, at least from that standpoint. I don't know whether that will motivate somebody or give them a direction to make or affirm something. Just because we've seen our lives, we've seen how much money people invest and make these kind of decisions. So it's not usually a student decision. It's at times a family decision. Is this the right thing for the family? So at times people are afraid because they don't know, okay, what will my kid do when he goes there or does not go there? For my family, I was the only kid. For my family, it was not difficult because my parents' siblings were outside India. So for them, it was no brainer. But I know so many on my same flight, so many parents spoke to me as a student who was going. When I came to the US, there were 18 kids on the flight whose parents were actually relying on Rohan flying because he knows what's out there. And I had so many conversations with so many parents at that time that I could understand what a parent goes through. And maybe that is why you probably, yes, you're seeing those many counts going out of students, but you don't know what missed opportunities you have, right? It's maybe you're seeing the 100. See the 900 who may have not gone because of uncertainty. Just floating a thought out there, not a solution to it, but what I can offer, at least if I'm throwing a thought, is my time, at least, to this.
That's really nice, actually, because it's absolutely a fact that it's the big unknown, and a lot of parents would have a lot of concerns. There are some really bright students who do get amazing offers, but the parents are afraid of the unknown, so they don't really let them travel and take advantage of that opportunity. We are doing two things. Well, we can do two things about it. One is that we've got our career counselors, and some of whom are also present here, and some of our teachers who are encouraging and informing the. So every single senior campus of CMS has a career counselor, a full-time career counselor, and our head career counselor is Mrs. Chanda Kundra. And, she keeps up the professionalism of our career counselors and helps them to stay abreast of developments. For example, our career counselors are just going on Tuesday, they're going, or probably on Monday, to this IC3 conference, the International College and Career Counseling Conference in Hyderabad. So, they've gone to Mumbai, they've gone to Delhi for these annual conferences, where they network with university representatives from different good universities around the world who have either they are themselves present here or they're more usually their representative, their office in Delhi or Mumbai is represented at these. So they're networking with them and they're aware of what opportunities they have. Sometimes they also travel out. They've gone out to Dubai, to the New York University at Abu Dhabi. They've gone out to Ireland. They've gone out several times to the US, to various universities. So, there's a bit of that which enables us. Then there's also, one or two companies that are based in Lucknow that are helping students to understand and to remove the fear. They talk to the parents and, they're run by people who actually studied abroad themselves, based back in Lucknow now and are running this sort of business. And then the third, but the most important is what you said, Rohan, which is the kind of help that can really make a difference to a young person's decisions, which is to have an alumnus, out there who is able to answer their curiosities and their questions and so on and so forth. That's a really kind offer of help, which can really help our current students.
Yeah, back in the day when I came in, there was only Facebook groups. So if I had a question, I dropped it on the Facebook group because there was so much alumni of my university. People used to correspond. And I got to a point where people were like, hey, listen, just come over there. Don't even worry about housing. Stay in our place. And I stayed in many people's houses for the first week till I finalized a place to live in. And then eventually I became one of the hosts in the future batches. So I'm just throwing it out there. Sometimes the most important thing that people want is time. And I'm sure, like, as expats, we all understand that.
Very true.
And I'm sure, like that is something we all can offer. Maybe not the best advice, but at least the time is something I'm sure every expat who's not even in this call would offer that, essentially.
Yeah. I think we'll conclude this meeting shortly, but before that, you will be happy to know that the head career counselor of CMS, especially leading the study abroad program under respected Geeta ma'am's guidance, Mrs. Chanda Kundra, she is based out of Hyderabad, and she has sent off alumni recently, past 1 decade, to US and Canada. She is here with us. We welcome Mrs. Kundra, please.
Thank you very much, Shishir. I'm sorry I'm joining in at the fag end. There was some pressing engagement this side that I had to attend. But my wishes and to you and to the alumnus who has attended today, and to all our children all across the world, and especially today for US and Canada. And we will always be seeking your help and guidance for the new batches that are preparing themselves to, be in your shoes where you are today. And you are the ones who have set the ball rolling for them and given the, inspired them and motivated them. And I'm sure you are going to be a great help to our upcoming batches. Thank you very much. And I'm really sorry again to be here at the last minute.
It's very nice that you could make it. It's so lovely that you could make it. And I think our alumni would feel so good that, that which they didn't have, because when they were here, they didn't have the advantage of a full-time career counselor present in their campus. But now, these professionals exist, and, you are looking after them and making sure that they stay abreast of all developments so that our students can be, really served well. So,
yeah. Yes, ma'am. If I compare to the year 2013, when the first batch from our office, got offers for US and Canada universities. And if I see the batch today, I think I see a lot of difference. The children are much more aware than they were at that point of time. And the kind of exposure and facilities available. And I must compliment your vision, your guidance, and the school that has to, that offers so many opportunities to our children. I think it's a much easier path now for, these batches now, as compared to the ones who had gone earlier.
Like Rohan said, they had to do it all without any help.
Yeah.
The current crop do get more help, and they've even now got the kind offers of help.
Right.
So I'm able to say to somebody, there's a girl, there's another girl this year going to Boston. I don't know who was here from Boston. I think Rohan, you're in Boston, right? No.
No, I'm based out of Seattle. I think.
Okay. There was somebody here who was in Boston.
Yes, Anurag.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's not there right now.
Okay, but
Anurag Khare from Station Road, and there was another fellow from Boston.
Right. I think when we finished from the breakout rooms and came back, it took such a long time that I think some people may have left at that time. But anyway, because there's another girl who I know of from Kanpur Road campus this year, who's going to the University of Massachusetts in Boston. That's Anaika Pathak. So she's going there this year. I think she's flying. I think she may have flown, or she. No. Sorry, she was going for her visa to Chennai, because the U.S. embassy in Chennai is the one that could give her a slot, an interview slot. So that's where she was, I think, yesterday, to try and get a visa.
Ma'am, we've had one admission, the first ever admission from Sharfabad. Her father is in UAE, and Shagufta called me the other day that the visa has come through of this girl, and the whole family is super excited. She's got into the University of Siemens, and she's got $70,000 scholarship, and this is the first ever admission from Sharfabad. So I think the whole team is very excited about it.
We are very excited about it. I put it on the principal's group as soon as Gaurav shared it with me, Gaurav Chikar. I put it on the principal's group. Veera ma'am is my witness. And I was so excited because, alumni, I just wanted to let you know that, you may have been aware that in this very different part of Lucknow where it's, mostly small traders and people like that. And crafts, handicrafts are the main sort of industry in that part of Lucknow. The old part of Lucknow, near Chowk, Nakhas. There was a campus of CMS called the Asharfabad campus. You may have been aware of it. Anyway, we gave up the building there, but then we decided that some people said, don't open a campus there. It is such a depressed area of Lucknow and so on and so on. But we were very, very clear. I was very committed to the idea that we must absolutely have a campus there, because for girls to get a good education in that part of Lucknow, the girls, post-puberty would not have traveled out of that area. So we were very committed that girls in that part of the area that part of Lucknow should have opportunity of a really, really good education. So, but, at home, they don't have so much support because they're mostly first generation learners, those that come to CMS there. But they've got their first offer, one girl from there, Tuba, her name is. She's got her, she's the first girl from that campus to get an offer of at Simmons University, US, with a $70,000 scholarship. Sorry, I think it's $80,000 scholarship. So $20,000 every year for 4 years. So they've opened an account, as it were. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, I think Shagufta was so happy that at 7 a.m. she gave me a call that her visa has come through. She's so happy. So it was a very great news.
It's a huge achievement, actually, keeping in mind the demographics.
We need to find out where Simmons University is, which town or city it's in, and then see if there's any alumni nearby and connect her, because her family would be more than averagely nervous about, a girl who's been very sheltered all her life here, going out into the big wide world, into this great Satan.
Yeah.
What is often portrayed as the great Satan.
I'm excited about the mentorship program on the alumni portal, and I was curious how that might, in practice, help address some of these kinds of concerns, or for helping other mentees. Are you expecting that the students will reach out to us on their own, or are you going to somehow pair us up with them? And the students already know that they can look us up, so they could search
So the
my
idea is,
application or something.
Gaurav, the idea is like we first invite all those who are interested to kind of enroll themselves with this program. So we have a career counseling coordinator. Reaches out to all the students who are interested in this program. We collect that data, then we share it with our alumni, and then we approach all those who are interested in mentoring them, because we don't want to make it very generic in nature. So we are working on it, and some of them have already kind of volunteered for the same. You can see it in the mentor-mentee part of the portal. Yeah.
We're moving in a structured manner, Gaurav, just so you know. So Shashank, who is looking into this particular facet, would get the numbers and names from each of the campuses with the requirement specifications, so that, you know, we can get the two connected, the mentor and the mentee connected in this area, to be able to work effectively around whatever guidance is required, and helping the mentor and understand the requirements at the mentee's end, from the mentee's end, you know, to be able to facilitate this. We also have special interest groups on the alumni portal. So people who have, those of you who have interest in music or in literature in particular, or sports, you name it, you could probably sort of get together in that particular pocket and have your own chats around those, and make your own contributions perhaps, and establish connect even in that area, all through the alumni portal. So I insist, in fact, I urge you to log in and check out the portal and become active on it. And I'm sure more and more will connect, and more will gain advantage out of your presence and your guidance. And Chanda ma'am will be a happier person, I'm sure.
Oh yes, I was extremely happy Shashank shared the news with me. And in fact, we just yesterday itself we had a meeting, and I explained it to all the counselors how to make the most, you know, of this facility that which we have always been looking for. You know, alumni is a great resource material. Sorry for calling you material, a resource for us. You know, and when we learned that it officially now we have a resource readily available. So I've urged all the counselors to make the maximum use of you know, this resource, and we will be requesting our alumni to, you know, guide our children. And in fact, we are in a process to have webinars, you know, where we can invite our alumni to give any you know, specific talk or kind of a session pertaining to a university or a country. You know, so we have a lot of work for you all. So you'll have a lot of knocking at your doors from our counselors and our children.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us all the way from Hyderabad. And we thank all the alumni present over here. We thank CMS management, respected Dr. Jagdish Gandhi sir, Dr. Bhakti Gandhi ma'am, respected Geeta ma'am, for giving their precious time. We thank the ones who are present right to the end, or rather late in the morning for you now. That's Rohan, Akshar, and of course Gaurav, especially from the Western Coast. We have made it a point to get up early. Karan and Tarik, Shivangi, Banu,
Nishant,
Ashish, Nishant. And yeah, I just wanted to say that Nishant is an entrepreneur. I especially wanted to bring it to notice of Geeta ma'am, that he is based out of Vancouver, and post-COVID he established his own food joint. So that's very interesting that CMS alumnus has taken the lead to become an entrepreneur all the way in Canada. So thank you everyone for coming over here.
Culinary field.
Nishant, did you not say hello to you?
Sir, I would like to correct. I didn't started my food joint. I started my logistic business.
Okay.
So basically, it's more like deliveries and all.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very bad cook, so I can't do that. Sorry.
Thank you for correcting me. But that's,
No, that's okay.
again, a very, very unique venture because logistics is very difficult to manage. Congratulations.
Yeah, especially in
We have
Canada
Dr.
because
Manju
everything is
Anand.
so
Would you
far
like to
apart.
say something to Nishant before we conclude? Manju ma'am.
That's lovely. Everyone is here, and that mentor and mentee, if really it works, so my students, I mean, they will be beneficial. And because they are really asking that if some connect is there in US, if we can ask them all these things, that go on. So that's a great thing that you have made it possible that they are here with us. And we have had a very good conversation in our breakup room.
The
Thank
world
you.
is coming closer. And last alumni meet we had, the one was for Australia. You would be happy to know that Vera ma'am's daughter is in Australia. And the second daughter was in Bangalore. She also was incidentally in Australia at that time. So it was such an emotional moment. And this also again, you are like our brothers and sisters all over there in Canada and US. And I would now like to invite Vera ma'am to please conclude this meeting with permission from Geeta ma'am.
This is always a difficult task. I wish this could go on and on and on and on, for whatever it entails. And we could go on talking endlessly, seriously, every word seriously and genuinely meant. This is such a pleasure, children. I can't begin to tell you. Having you on board, connect with us on a one-to-one, virtually, yes, but our heart goes out to you, as does yours, and it's palpable. Your emotion, your sentiment, your connect with the school. Some of you groggy in the wee hours of morning, and yet you've made that attempt to connect and talk and sort of wear your best smile year to year. It's absolutely wonderful. To many more in the future, hoping to see you face to face sometime soon, over kulfi, over coffee, whatever you wish, whatever you want, right? A huge God bless. Love you all, and you've grown up big, you're doing big stuff, but for me, you will always be bachas, and you'll remain like that forever and ever after. So God bless you, kids, with the best for your family, for yourself, for your growth in your profession, for your personal evolution as human beings. You are the best. Give it your best, always. God bless you all. Thank you so very much, Jai Jagat, and thank you to our management for always being there and standing with us in all the endeavors. When it comes to our alumni, I have to tell you that Sir and Buddy Didi, including Geeta ma'am, they are super proud. These are our gems, our priceless gems, our gold, our alumni. Love you all. Thank you so very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy and come to CMS again, please.
Yeah.
Whenever you are.
Yeah.
Bye, Karan. We've not
Bye-bye.
heard much from you. Bye, Akshar.
Bye bye.
Bye for, yes, Nishant. We heard from you. Ashish, Rohan, Gaurav, everybody.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you,
Veera.
Veera. Thank you
Thank you,
all.
Mrs. Pooja.
RK Singh.
Thank you, Manju ma'am.
Thank you, Farhan.
Thank you,
For
sir.
all the backup at the back. Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you,
everybody.
CMS. All the IT department. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Zia.
Thanks, Veera ma'am.
Thank you to all the team members.
Pleasure always, ma'am.
Thank you, dear Satya.
Thank you.
We can see them all together here.
The joy is matchless. It's priceless, believe me.
It was good. It was good.
Satya has been putting a lot of effort to get everyone together and organize this. Thank you so much.
Nobody wants to leave.
Yeah.
Thanks again to respected Badididi and especially Mrs. Mona Gandhi ma'am, daughter-in-law of respected Dr. Bharti Gandhi ma'am. We are very happy. And yes, we can see ma'am here.
Yeah, I can see Mommy.
Badididi, respected Badididi, would like to say some concluding remarks, please.
Thank you. I'm going to make
Thank you,
a
ma'am.
move. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, I think it's over.
Bye, Chandra.
Okay, I think we can close. Yeah. Close it. Close it. Close it. Close it.